Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a month since I posted my last video, so yeah, long time no see. How have you guys been? I was quite busy the last couple of weeks getting ready for and defending my PhD proposal on the last week of April. And from then on, I took a little break and did not really vlog much to give myself some time with everything going on. So this video is going to be a little bit of an update of what all was going on in the last month. Hope you enjoy it, and I will meet you at the end. The writing part of my proposal was very interesting. Over the course of my research, I have worked on different ideas, and right now I was literally trying to synthesize all of them into a common umbrella. So the literature review was very intensive because I had to hunt a very diverse data set of topics to narrow them down into the papers I want to focus on. And often while reading so much, I felt I knew barely anything about so many things. Classic imposter syndrome symptoms, even while reading papers. So, to keep my mind away from hitting a slump, I was trying to work on experiments on the side, often while working on something very mindless like cleaning vials or solvent exchange. I tend to think about what I have read, and things fall into categories in my head. After wrapping up my artificial flow chamber experiments, I decided to start some more sediment pore water experiments and spent a good full 1 day on hooking up the devices for deployment. I thought by the time I finish my writing in 7 days from now, these experiments will be done and I can do my sample processing after my proposal. But after the 7 days of deployment, I found out that one of the devices, the big one actually, ran out of battery in the middle of my experiments, even though I had charged them right before. So I realized that what I had not done was the calculation of setting the right vibration frequency, keeping in mind the battery power on these devices, and the bigger of the two prototypes, it vibrated too frequently and lost all the power before the end of 7 days. So yeah, I realized I should take things slow, one thing at a time. I was clearly not able to focus on too many things at one point in time. The writing phase is usually a very time consuming and back and forth process for me. I write a chunk, go back to literature review, and back to writing some more, unless I reach the method/results section. And I particularly struggled in structuring this document because this was a proposal and is somewhat different from a paper in STEM field. I can do a more detailed video about how to structure and write a PhD proposal in the STEM field in my next video. Anyway, after I got the structure right in my head, it helped me stay on the right track of discussions and prevented me from repeating myself over in a particular topic. I needed to submit this document to the committee 2 weeks prior to the presentation day. So once writing the first draft was over, I sent it to my advisor for his feedback about 2 weeks prior to this deadline of submitting to my committee. And I realized I should have sent it to him at least 1 month before this deadline because the first draft usually needs a lot of post-processing.
uh, the main idea is you need to build things in this map, right? So what do you build? So you can build roads, settlements, cities, and so on. So you see that card there that gives you what you can build, like what every player can build, and the way to build it is use some resources. So you see those.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
At one point, she got excited. I will build. Take all my cards. Give me all your cards. I was like, wait, what?
And this guy was 1 for 4.
Actually,
Donation cards online to take 4.
you can take a photo.
Not
of
even
this.
cost to give.
Finally, we finished it.
With my
Soon after the writing was over, there was a strange void right after I sent the document to my advisor for feedback. He was swamped at the time with a lot on his plate, and I figured I might have to wait a little while before he sends me back the document with the edits. I had about a week's time before I could start working on the presentation. At this point, I could lay back for a while, couple of days, taking things slow. I was tired from the extensive writing and did not have so much time and energy to start new experiments either. But my mind was suffering from a guilt of not going to the lab because I was doing all the writing from home. So I decided to ask Louis to teach me build some of the devices from scratch.
Well, that was kind of almost an epic fail, but I'd say that was okay.
Paid a trip to IKEA to get a new drawer/dresser to tuck away my art supplies in. They looked kind of ugly on an open shelf, so of course I got more plants. I also decided to change the setting of my home office working desk. I set up the dresser and the plants. Currently preparing for my practice session with Mandar, one of our PhD students in the lab. Yesterday evening I went to the lab and had a nice meeting with my advisor. I had some questions and I asked some questions to him about the possible questions I might get asked in the proposal defense. And I think everything from now on is basically on me. I have to do some studies and read as much as I can on everything that I'm presenting. I should know everything what I'm saying. So after today's practice, I think I'll also get a very nice feedback from Mandar on all the questions he might have, and yeah, basically study from there on. I think the first thing I should do is read my document very thoroughly and go from there. Any particular paper that I have cited there, which can be primary to understanding some of the concepts, I should pay more attention to those. Yeah, hopefully Good morning. It's the D-Day. So it's 7:30 a.m. now. I got dressed up and everything. I'm just going to go over my document one last time. I did not have the time to do that yesterday. I got caught up in cleaning up my slides and adding some additional slides for explaining some certain concepts if I get questions on them. But I think it's important to go over my document for one last time, and the questions that we discussed as a group and with my advisor. And then just before the presentation, I'm going to take a last look at my slides and go from there. So yeah, hopefully everything goes well, and wish me luck, and I'll see you after the presentation. Hello. It's 14th of May and it's Sunday. So this is the first weekend that I have to myself, where I can think clearly, and I'm feeling a lot better than how I was feeling a couple of weeks back. It's almost 2 weeks since I defended my proposal defense, and I did not vlog anything up until now. I was taking some time off because I was sort of synthesizing everything in my head. So I passed my PhD proposal, and I'm in the process of applying for PhD candidacy, which is a hell lot of paperwork that I have to do once again. So I'm just going to do that starting tomorrow. But right now I am basically just sort of recovering from the very hectic couple of months that I have had with the proposal, preparing for it. And after I received the comments, I sort of took some time to synthesize those comments in my head. So some of the things that my committee suggested was, first of all, to do some minor edits to my proposal document to make it a little more rich in certain ways. So I submitted the revised document this Friday, and I hope everything is fine now, and the committee agrees that everything looks good, and yeah, I'm good to go. One of the committee members mentioned that it looks good, so I'm hopeful that all the others will agree with him. The other thing that my committee suggested was, because my project has a lot of modeling aspects, and up until now I have literally taught myself everything about numerical analysis, and coming from a chemistry background and doing all the sort of numerical analysis of, I would say, some features of fluid dynamics, and yeah, those concepts, I basically need some background and some additional support for um, having those concepts explained to me in the form of a course. So they suggested that I take up some courses. It's not really mandatory to take them as a graded course, but they recommended that I do audit at least some courses for numerical analysis and fluid dynamics and computational fluid dynamics in the department, which I think I might opt for. So I have already enrolled for a graded numerical analysis course for in the math department, which will be fun. It's sort of an opportunity for me to go to the campus once in a while, experience classroom environment teaching. So I'm excited for that actually. And the rest of the courses I might end up auditing them, because I might not have so much time to really spend on coursework, including in addition to my research at this stage of my PhD. I was kind of trying to process all the remarks and all the feedback that I got over the last couple of weeks, and there have been highs and lows of me processing those feedback. Sometimes I've felt that all the criticism that I received was sort of doesn't say that I know a lot about anything really. And then there were days when I thought that coming from a non-engineering background and with basically no very minimal or no computational skills whatsoever, I think whatever they mentioned, whatever they asked me to work on was only going to help me to make myself better at what I'm doing. So take things in a good way, take things by my stride, and just go along with it and see where things take me, you know. There were days when I felt that, well, if I start taking courses now, I don't see the end of my PhD, you know. When is this all going to end? And that's a very strong and true feeling. I wouldn't deny it, but it's not supposed to be looked like that. I think you just need to go with the flow and see where things take you, and I think I'm just going to take one day at a time. It's okay if my PhD gets over in if I take longer to finish my PhD, I guess, but at least I'll know what I'm doing in certain way. I might know, even though I do all of it, I might still not know everything about the subject, but you know, that's a feeling I've come to terms with, so that's okay. But at least I'll know things a little better. So this is me talking all positive today. I was not this way a couple of days back, so I am flabbergasted at how much positive energy I really have right now, and that's the sole reason I'm sitting in front of the camera today to talk to you guys. I did not have the face and the composure in me to do this a couple of days back, but so yeah, this is not the real face that you see here. It has gone through a lot of highs and lows, so take this with a bit of salt. So yeah, but right now I'm doing okay. I am at terms with what I have to do. I have recovered from my slump, and I took a couple of days off and went to New York to refresh myself, I guess, and I loved New York. Here is a couple of I really did not vlog in New York because I was just taking my time off, but here are some photos that we took, and yeah, with that I think I will finish this vlog. I'll see you in the next one and hope you guys have a lovely week ahead of you.